People who have had threesomes. How did they get initiated? Story 1. My wife found a woman on Tinder. They're both bi. They dated a few times. She described her type of man to my wife. I didn't fit the description. All good. We were looking for friends in LGBTQ community as well, so we all decided that it would be a platonic relationship. On their fourth date, I joined them. Tinder girl knew I was going to be there. It wasn't a surprise. Me and Tinder girl hit it off. Like really hit it off. Again, the plan was to just be friends. I feel like this took a ton of pressure off, and I was more myself. This was the same night of my wife and Tinder girl's first kiss. It was my wife's first same-sex kiss in a very long time. Later they were texting, and my wife told her she was really into her. Tinder girl told my wife she was into me, as well as her, and could see us having a threesome. This really excited my wife. My wife and I had a weekend getaway a few cities over coming up in a few weeks. This was planned before my wife even got on Tinder. We asked Tinder girl if she wanted to join us. She said yes. We had a threesome. We've all been dating ever since. Story 2. Not guaranteed at all. Sitting on the front porch one summer night, after a few drinks, my girlfriend asks her old roommate and friend, who's married, if she wants a threesome out of the blue. Other woman was shocked, and there's been a pall on the relationship since. I had no idea my girlfriend was going to say anything. We talked about it months before, but never even got to the point of saying, let's ask. So it was very awkward for everyone, despite the alcohol. Story 3. Same. A coworker of mine at the time was bi and she had a party at her apartment. She and I had to work at the same time the next day, so the plan was for me to crash on her couch and go to work together. After the party winded down and everyone left, it was just me, her, and the girl she was kind of seeing hanging out. Then, they said I should just sleep in her bed with them instead of crashing on the couch. I was cool with that, and they kind of moved me in the middle between them. Then we all just started messing around. What was very cool about it was there was no awkwardness or anything the next day. It was like nothing changed with our friendship or anything except for a few running jokes from the night. Story 4. This was at the birthday party of a girl from my class. Had a massive sleepover and somehow ended up with the birthday girl and her good girlfriend in one bed. Actually don't like threesomes at all. Tried it 3 times, not for me. I already struggled to pick something at the McDonald's. Something. Story 5. I was meeting up with a mate and his girlfriend who were visiting my city on holidays. We went for drinks. I got on quite well with the girlfriend. We were all already quite drunk, so when they suggested we go back to their hotel for more drinks after the bar closed, I was like, yeah, why not? Somehow, the conversation turned to the nice lingerie that he'd bought her, and she asked me if I wanted to see it. I said yes. She went and changed into it and, well, you know. Story 6. I was once in a fivesome with 3 guys and a woman. One of the guys was gay, one straight, and the other bi. The girl was bi too. After a little maneuvering it all worked out, though the straight guy did end up experimenting a bit more than he probably anticipated. The common ingredient was in fact alcohol. And yet we've all seen each other since without any awkwardness. We're all adults after all. Story 7. In college, I went to a work party and was invited to someone's house after. The party didn't have alcohol, campus job, underage guests, so we stopped at the grocery store, bought lots of wine, drank lots of wine, and the rest is history. One person basically initiated, and the rest of us went along with it. Story 8. The whole night was like strangely weird. My best friend invited me to hang out with him and his friend. We started drinking, and somewhere his ex met us at the same place. We invited them over and his ex ended up trying to hook up with me, their ex, my granddad, and a McDonald's worker. All this happened in a McDonald's parking. Story 9. Pretty much this. Drunk at a bar, talking somebody up. Thought I was the one picking them up, went home to their place, and there was someone there waiting to participate. As planned by everyone involved but me. I did not complain. Story 10. A Tinder match said she was out with a friend, and I crassly suggested a threesome as a joke. She showed up 30 minutes later with an even hotter girl covered in tattoos. Eugene, Oregon was great. A similar situation prompted to my first threesome. The guy I matched with said he can't come over to my place because he is not with a car, but his buddy, who he is hanging out with ADM, is with a car. They can come over both. I jokingly said, "Okay, send me a picture of your friend," expecting to see some lame guy, and he did send a selfie of both of them. The other guy was smoking hot, so I was like, "Why not? What's the worst thing that could happen?" It was fun, must have been a weird bonding experience for those two boys, but it was definitely fun for me. Story 11. My wife told me she has been curious about what it would be like with a girl. I told her if she had an opportunity she should explore it. She ended up having some drinks and fooling around with our neighbor. After a couple of times, I ended up walking in on them. It was a bit awkward for me. I saw myself out. About 5 minutes later they came and found me to make sure everything was cool. I said it was fine. They then asked me if I wanted to watch. Watching soon turned to some interaction, and then, the next time I was involved from the beginning. We made sure to follow rules that we all agreed to be comfortable with. It was lots of fun. Over the next year or so we had a few threesomes, and things never got weird.